Cancer, hello. We're here today to talk about a different subject than we usually do, and it might involve your person. So far in the readings, I have been noticing that come up, and it makes sense because if we're getting a heads up about conflicts in our relationships, I think that it stands to reason that your person could be someone that it matters so much that that's going to be a conflict. Anyways, the usual announcements apply. No gender. I appreciate if you like and subscribe. If it turns out that I'm not your favorite reader down the road, you can always, unsubscribe a couple months later. I appreciate your help while I'm new. And I really want to learn more about how to be a better reader for all of you. So your comments mean the world to me. And even if you just want to ask me about a clarifier for something that's more personal for you, as long as you don't mind it being out in the public forum, I don't mind, pulling an extra card for you or something to see how the story that I was telling might apply to you a little more personally. I'm happy to do that. I'm probably going to be a small potato in this big tarot reading world. Anyhow, I'm here for love, of helping people. And I love your overall energy, by the way, speaking of love. Ten of Cups! So thumbs down won't be understood by me because I'm new and I can't imagine I do anything so horrible that, you'd want to express your disgust for me. But if I did do something that bad, I would hope that with the thumbs down, you will put something in the comments, though it would need to be done with constructive criticism because I don't get paid for this and I don't want to get upset and feel, horrible because somebody's saying something mean. I kind of will have to delete it if that happened. But if you say it in a way that really sounds like you're trying to help me, I will assume the best and I will appreciate the comments, okay? And also, if there's certain types of readings that you wish card readers would do, hey, I'm open to different possibilities, okay? So let me know. Without further ado, let's talk about this. Cancer, you are, quite the water person here. So here's the Nine of Cups. This definitely is very representative of you. Unless you're talking about having a few too many cocktails, but I don't think so. I mean, you could, but I don't think it applies here. But hey, I've seen this card as so many different things. Sometimes I look at a card and the meaning is like something I never would have dreamed of. I actually saw this card and saw it as somebody in peace, knowing that they left behind family, when they passed away, and that they are surrounded by love and emotions from, there's so many ways that you could read a card. I don't mean to put a dark spin on it, but I've been in this really deep emotional place doing these readings. They've really touched me, so I probably want to do this again if this goes over well. For me, it's really, really, I've just been connecting to my heart so much. Okay. So, someone in your life here is coming from wanting to bring love or emotions, but they're not exactly well versed at it. They're not naive or dumb, in terms of, how to, oh gee, what do I do? I like that girl or something. No. This is not a naive sense, but it's also someone who is, not gonna know so well what they're getting into. But they're gonna come in. They want to come in, Now, it's not necessarily your person. It could be, but I would like to see how these different conceptual pieces all fit together before I make that determination. I don't feel that right now, but sometimes I'm meant to feel it when something connects with something else that I'm reading. Wow, you have a lot of cups on. Cancer, you and your water. Da, 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 da. Yeah. It's like, so much water all over the place. It's spilling all over. So anyway, I digress. But it looks like this person is not capable of bringing you this. But it's on the table, and that's why I talk about the energy in the upright, because usually it's someone's not ready, someone's not capable, someone knows that they shouldn't do something, but there's a reason that it's in the reverse. But the concept of the card in the right side up is part of that for me when I read reversals. Now, this card is also in the reverse. And usually I've been reading the center line as the person I'm reading for. So that would probably be you, Cancer. But it wasn't something that I determined going in. I've noticed this pattern, but it may not be. Well, let's see. So far it seems to have really resonate that way when I've been doing these readings. What I see here is you want to get to the other side of something, but you have baggage and you're not willing to bring it over. And if this person isn't capable of bringing the understanding to you, then that would be a painful, laborious task to try to get to the other side for someone who isn't. Now, again, I don't know that this is your person, but you're trying to get to the other side of a problem or a relationship that needs work. I mean, look at all those swords there. But let's see what else is going on here. Now, this card suggests strongly to me, actually, that this has to do with family. And it doesn't have to necessarily be if you have a nuclear family at home and you have kids and mom and dad or anything like that. Could have been the family you left behind growing up. Could be a family that you were in before you got married, because sometimes you join households but someone who is probably like a sibling to you, or a possible sibling, or someone you knew in childhood. They can't give you affection for some reason. They're not willing to give you the affection, and so you're having to go about something on your own without that person. There's some serious problem here. They're not willing to come towards you with emotion. Oh boy. Okay, there's something going on in your family. I think it's a sibling, and it looks pretty serious. It could be someone could also be someone from a past life. I mean, if you are talking about your person, it could be for some of you. I'm not feeling that, but when I see that, and I'm getting the sense that there's some baggage from childhood and things that you guys have shared, and it looks like you're going to have to go this journey alone, and you're just not on that page with them anymore. I don't know that this is hopeless, but this person does want to give you affection. It's in the right side up. So, okay, maybe this person wants to make up and you've just got to get to the other side of it. Yeah. they're not quite they're not quite ready to give you to come in with that. But if you go towards them, okay, they're not gonna make this gesture. But if you, I don't know if they feel victimized or what the case may be, but it's on you to deal with all this and get to the other side. But if you do, there is affection to be found. You can fix this, but you're gonna have to make an arduous journey to it. They want to bring this to you, though, in their heart. They're not ready to do that. But if you make the effort, you can fix it. Okay. I strongly feel it's a sibling or a family member on some level that you know from that place where when you were children together. Okay, and then in the next line, the Queen of Cups. I think that this person in your life is quite capable of giving you quite a bit. So, and it's in the upright. So I don't see so much the conflict from this person's side. But you, again, sensing you here in the middle because it seems to flow. You're not ready to celebrate and go out and share in this really positive. You're not, okay, and then you also have, wow, 2 and the 3 right next to each other, both upside down. No, nonetheless, funny, after all that shuffling. You're not coming into union. You don't want to talk on that level. You're not going to heal this situation. You don't want to celebrate and share emotion. But your person, wait, hang on, you don't want to do this, but actually your person doesn't want to come to the union. That's right. Okay, I'm sorry. I saw those two next to each other, and I realized that it's not necessarily the same person here. So let me look at this again without that filter on. They don't want to heal the situation, but they have a lot to bring to the situation. The Queen is quite capable of providing their own emotional stability to themselves. And they may not feel they need to heal something with you. And you don't want to go out and you're not. Let me look at the next line. This is very interesting. I like when the cards are not obvious, because a lot of times when I finally start putting all the pieces together, there's an insane story. So, okay. Someone here feels damned if they do, damned if they don't. Like, no matter what they choose, they're gonna end up with the raw end of the deal. And they're thinking about letting some certain things go, but they're not ready to just leave with a few things and leave some other things behind. They're not ready to do that. So this person is not making any decisions, and they are not going to make any sacrifices to leave certain things behind. You are not going to budge. You're a Queen of Wands. They're a Queen of Well, or somebody else's anyway. Let me see if I can draw some relationships here. Okay. You're going to have to work hard for this. You don't want to. This is nothing that you might get this connection, but you're not in a place of celebrating. There are things that just aren't going to work out the way you want them to in terms of relationship. You feel strongly about your own abilities to attract people and to be appreciated and understood. So you don't necessarily, you're not going to lower yourself, or the word isn't lower. Well, you're not ready to make sacrifices. This person is considering making sacrifices for you. So maybe they've done something that they don't feel so hot about. Yeah, they know that even if they make a certain sacrifice, they may not end up any closer to you. Somebody's done something that you are more than happy walking away from them on. And I'm not saying that you're thrilled about it, but it seems like you at this point, whatever they've done, you wash your hands of what they have to do to deal with trying to get back in your good graces. I think you could take it or leave it at this point, because somebody has done you wrong on some level. And I don't think this is a love relationship per se. This is not necessarily your person. This seems to be either somebody you're working with or have a project with. Yeah. Somebody backstabbed you. And yeah, the 10 of swords are not here. They haven't totally wiped you out and mopped the floor with you or anything, but they stab you in the back and you're doing fine. You've got a nice big wand here to buck them away. You don't even really need this person to fix things, but they definitely will try. So maybe the conflict that you're dealing with, this person, or could be, a team situation, they're going to try to fix this, and I don't think that you trust these people at all, and they know they're pretty much damned if they do and damned if they don't. This person here realizes they might be able to salvage some of it, but they're going to have to leave some things behind. And so this seems to be family, this seems to be work, and this seems to be your person. You're not ready to celebrate, but the fact that this is on the table suggests to me that that's something that you're interested in. Your person, even though they're not ready to heal the situation, the fact it's on the table, it doesn't mean that you don't want it to be healed. Your person is capable emotionally of fixing the situation. They're just not ready to come in a union. I want to pull another card for this. I mean, you have the Nine of Cups as the overall, so I kind of like the idea that, look, I mean, Nine of Cups, you're fine. In terms of wish fulfillment, these two can go take a flying leap as far as you could. Not that you don't care, but clearly you're sitting in some strong energies. You're fine, and You may not be ready to celebrate with this person, but you're not like stressing out with a bunch of swords or defending with some wands or anything like that. You're just like, yeah, I'm not, this is not exactly the kind of stuff I want to raise a toast to, but, uh, and it looks like you're willing to cross the bridge and bring some baggage with you because you know that this person, it will, you trust this person to be affectionate and loving in your family. Okay, but let's just see if there's any other situation. Oh, there's more than one card coming. Oh, speaking of, they that's too funny. We were talking about that card. And the Hierophant. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like you've had some swords. You've been someone backstabbed you here, as I suspected. But they're not feeling too hot about what they did. Okay, so that definitely is. Somebody backstabbed you. Looks like it's in the workplace, but it could be some other project or a partnership of some other kind. I think that the Hierophant is talking about tradition here, so family and marriage probably, or at least a relationship that is very committed is at stake in these situations. But I think that you're like not ready to celebrate, but this is you're committed to whatever this is, and I think that it also is that way for your family, whether it's your prior incarnation of family or the one or the household you currently live in, that your sense of duty and honor and your tradition and who you are as a person, you do see these things as obvious in terms of working on it. There's no question in your mind that this is how you want these things to go. This not so much. But Nine of Cups in the sense that, you're the Queen of Wands. I mean, you're good. Okay? All right. Let's pull some advice from Spirit Guides, and I'm using Dark Mirror. I kind of thought it was appropriate in this to use some darker energies because these are problems we're dealing with and how we can kind of work it out in July. Envious gluttony. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, this is whatever happened. Like, first of all, whatever happened here that they're trying, that they backstab you, they're jealous. I mean, you're like, they know that you've got it, you've got it here. Okay. But how is this, I guess it's mostly like, just realize that these people, they can deal with their own crap. I mean, they got themselves in it. They'll get themselves out, and you're fine. You may or may not want to let them in on some level with strong boundaries, and you probably can because you're such a strong queen there. Okay? All right, that's your reading, and I hope you enjoyed it, Cancer. And next time we talk, we'll talk about your person, okay? All right, until next time. And then I'm going to try to get a clicker so I don't have to get up and down or deal with videos getting cut off because the clicker I had cutting off too early. Okay.